with the rebound by Caden Pierce. The lob for Abdullahi. Woo!
Oh, man, up to the roof of the Palestro. What a pass and an even better dunk.
Well, that was the highlight play of the opening half, where Princeton got off to a red-hot start on the road at the Palestra, took an 11-0 lead before the first media timeout. But the Quakers have surged back. It's been a back-and-forth Friday night affair between Princeton and Penn, and the Tigers, through 20 minutes, lead at 31-24. Thanks for joining us here on the Princeton Basketball Halftime Show. I'm Eddie Kalegi. The Princeton Basketball Halftime Show is presented to you by RWJ Barnabas Health, the official healthcare system of Princeton Athletics. To learn more about services in your area, visit rwjbh.org. Let's be healthy together. So as I mentioned, the Tigers got off to that flying start on the road. 3 3-pointers in the first 3 minutes, 2 of them from C.J. Happy, and that emphatic slam from Malik Abdullahi. But the Quakers have fought back. It's been a back-and-forth affair ever since, and the Tigers have the 7-point advantage, taking you through some first-half stats. First for the Tigers, shooting 12 of 35 from the field, 5 3-pointers made, 3 of them from C.J. Happy. On 15 attempts, 2 of 3 from the charity stripe, dominating the rebounding battle, plus 12 on the glass, 27-15, and 10 offensive rebounds for the Tigers, who have 7 assists on their 12 made field goals. As for the Quakers, shooting 30% from the field at 9 for 30, just 3 of 12 from deep. 3 of 5 on their free throw attempts, just 3 turnovers to Princeton's 6, getting out-rebounded by 12, getting beaten on the offensive boards by 7, and 5 assists on their 9 made field goals. Leading scorers, first for the home team, the Quakers, it is Nick Polanowski with 7 points leading the way. Had those offsetting technical fouls earlier with Jack Scott, but he's got 7 points to lead the Quakers' offensive effort. Nick Spinoso has added 6. Sam Brown, the son of former 76ers head coach Brett Brown, with 3 points. A.J. Levine with 3 as well. George Smith with 2. August Gerhardt with 2. And Johnny Walter hit a free throw. For the Tigers, as we mentioned, C.J. Happy is feeling it. 11 points, 5 rebounds, 3 of 6 from the great beyond. Couple of late buckets in that first half from Xavier Lee. The Princeton point guard has really struggled. Just 4 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and only 2 of 10 from the field. He's missed all 5 of his 3-point attempts. Blake Peters has made one from deep. He's got 5 points, 4 from Malik Abdullahi, and a couple of huge blocks that we saw from him in that opening half. Only other points for Princeton have come from Caden Pierce, who has 5, and Jackson Hickey, who has 2. So Princeton currently in front, 31-24. When we come back, we're going to take a look at what else is happening in the college basketball world. Huge matchup in the Big East tonight, and some big games for the Ivy League standings tomorrow to get to. So stay tuned. We got more to come here on the Princeton Basketball Halftime Show here on the Princeton Sports Network from Learfield.
Hi, this is CJ Happy, a forward from Sterling, Massachusetts, and you're listening to Tigers basketball on the Princeton Sports Network from Learfield. Now, back to the game.
CJ is pretty happy as the Tigers looking to control this rivalry, which they have had firm control of over these last few years. They've won the last 12 meetings with the Penn Quakers and currently have the 31-24 road advantage here at the halftime break. Welcome back to the Princeton Basketball Halftime Show, presented by RWJ Barnabas Health, the official healthcare system of Princeton Athletics. I'm Eddie Kalegi. To learn more about services in your area, visit rwjbh.org. Let's be healthy together. So with a win, the Tigers would move to 5-2 in the Ivy. They still sit in third, have that huge rematch with Yale next week. Of course, we all remember what happened in their previous meeting this season where they were down big. Mitch Henderson essentially pivoted to the second-teamers who willed them back into the game, but the Tigers couldn't pull off the victory. Princeton will get another meeting with Yale next week. Ivy League, this is the only action tonight, but there is a loaded schedule tomorrow. It starts at 2 o'clock when Brown does battle with winless Columbia at Levy Gymnasium at 2 o'clock. Then Yale faces off with Cornell, top 2 teams in the Ivy right now. Yale is an undefeated 6-0 in league play. Cornell is 5-1. They'll battle in Ithaca also at 2. And finally, third game at 2 o'clock, Harvard and Dartmouth. Crimson are 2-4 in Ivy League play. Dartmouth is 3-3. Circling back to tonight's action, a couple of ranked matchups in the college basketball world. One's already underway in the Big Ten Conference. Trey Kaufman-Renn with 14 points as Purdue is in front of USC 48-36. But in this game, the story has been Wesley Yates III, the sophomore guard for USC. He has 22 of USC's 36 points as the Trojans, currently on the NCAA tournament bubble according to many bracketologists, trail the 7th-ranked Boilers by 12 at Mackey Arena. Starting in just a couple of minutes, the tip-off of one of the most anticipated games in the regular season in recent memory in the Big East. Rick Pitino's St. John's Red Storm, who have been red hot. Huge win at home at the Garden on Tuesday to take down Shaka Smart and Marquette to take a 2-game lead in the Big East. They do battle with the 2-time defending champion UConn Huskies, ranked number 19 in the country at Gamble Pavilion. That game will tip off in just a couple of minutes. Also right now, halftime between two tough teams in the Atlantic 10. It's VCU leading Dayton on the road. 31-28 is the score. Looking further at tomorrow, a big loaded Saturday in college basketball. As for the ranked matchups, 4th-ranked Tennessee, they'll go on the road to take on Oklahoma. Number 8, Iowa State hosts TCU. Michigan State has dropped back-to-back Big Ten games after starting 9-0 in conference play. They welcome Dana Altman's Oregon to Breslin Center. 14th-ranked Kentucky, they've also been struggling as of late. They look to get back in the win column against a South Carolina team that hasn't won an SEC game yet, 0-9 in league play in one of the toughest conferences in the country. 21st-ranked Wisconsin, guided by John Tanji and John Blackwell, will go on the road to take on Iowa. Number 24, Michigan at Assembly Hall against Indiana. Big news out of the Hoosiers program announced earlier today that Mike Woodson, their head coach, will be stepping down at season's end. Back in the Big East, another major conference game. Marquette has fallen behind Creighton in the standings after their loss to St. John's. It's 2nd and 3rd in the Big East, doing battle in Omaha tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Rivalry game between 16th-ranked Kansas and Kansas State. Number 10, Texas A&M taking on 15th-ranked Missouri. Undefeated in SEC play are the top-ranked Auburn Tigers, 21-1 on the year. Florida will look to play spoiler against Janai Broome and company tomorrow at 4 o'clock. 5th-ranked Houston visits Colorado, still seeking their first Big 12 win of the season. Number 22, Mississippi State on the road against Georgia. Number 23, Illinois travels to take on Minnesota. Cooper Flagg and 2nd-ranked Duke look to improve to 13-0 in the ACC as they face Clemson on the road in South Carolina. Nate Oates' 3rd-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide battle Arkansas. Number 25, Ole Miss visits LSU, and a ranked matchup in the Big 12. The nightcap tomorrow as 13th-ranked Texas Tech takes on number 20 Arizona. But as for our game, Princeton right now in the driver's seat, but Penn has fought hard from that early 11-point deficit. If you're the Tigers, got to get Xavier Lee going, get this second team involved, and let Malik Abdullahi cook because he has had some phenomenal moments in this game. The lob alley-oop slam, and then a couple of blocks on the defensive end. It's the Tigers 31, Penn 24. We're going to be sending it back to the Palestra on the other side. Derek Jones and Noah Savage will have the call for the second half. Once again, the Princeton Basketball Halftime Show has been presented by RWJ Barnabas Health, the official healthcare system of Princeton Athletics. To learn more about services in your area, visit rwjbh.org. Let's be healthy together. I'm Eddie Kalegi. This has been the Princeton Halftime Report here on the Princeton Sports Network.